Shoot Shit Podcast with Ryan and Ice. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Ice.
All right.
Ate my microphone. Sorry, everybody.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Today, Ice, you have been working on trying to break the 221 mark, right? Or get to 220. That's where you want it.
I would like to be under 220 by the end of the week. I'm not sure if it's going to happen. I'm really kicking my ass, but I've been stuck at 222 for like 5 days.
Jeez Louise.
It's fine. It's whatever. Like, I mean, I told you about my weekend on Sunday and everything. So the fact that I came out pretty much at the same weight as when I left on Friday, I can't be too upset about that.
No, not at all.
But it's just annoying. I felt like I had a really active day yesterday. But I also ate a little bit more.
Oh, yeah?
I wasn't above maintenance, but I was above my 1800.
You were above your 18?
Yeah, I was like I was like right at like 21.5 or something.
Oh, okay.
Which is basically like, 500 or 600 short of maintenance.
Okay.
Sorry, not 500 or 600, 50 or 60.
Yeah.
I was at like 2150. I can't talk. I was like 2150. So I was like, I don't know, 100 calories under maintenance, not 4 or 5 or whatever. So
right. Okay. I got you.
Yeah, and I didn't run this morning or anything. I told you I just walked Lloyd for like 6 miles, but I woke up feeling really sore from Damon on Monday and really tired. Because yesterday I ran 6 miles, then I incline walked 4, and then I took Lloyd on a 3.5 mile walk. And then in the afternoon, I went and played golf.
Oh, yeah, that's right. How'd that go?
Really good. I shot first time I swung a club since like probably September of 2019.
Wow. What'd you shoot?
I had a 44.
Holy cow.
Yeah,
that's
which is it's a par good. 35 course, not a par 36. So I was only 9 over. That's bogey golf.
That's good.
I had a par on a par 5 and a par on a par 3, and there were a couple holes where I should have had par or just single bogey, but my putting was killing me. It was the first time I played, and like
short game.
The course that I play, it's nice, but it isn't like the nicest. So the greens are a little inconsistent as far as speed goes. But the 44, I was happy with that.
Heck yeah. Especially when you haven't been out forever.
Yeah. I mean, I hit like a small bucket of bowls at the range, and then I went and played 9 holes. I always look at it like this. For the first time out, I finished the round with the same ball that I started with.
Oh, yeah. Well, heck yeah.
There you go.
I've got at least 6 going in the woods somewhere.
Exactly. Oh, the Wonder Ball. I wonder where it went.
Yeah. My short game is pretty much dead even with my long game. It's all awful.
Yeah. So
it's
anyway,
all very, very poor.
So anyway, I was hoping I would be under 222 today, but that's all right. You know what? I might have been had I run, because I would have sweated out more. So like water weight, I might have been like 221 point something, but that wouldn't have been real. So
but
it's fine.
I've got a puppy who wants to say hi.
Ellie.
Yeah. Let's see her. Let's look and see how big
so
she's getting.
Big, dude.
Oh, she's getting.
Wow. Oh, little cutie.
She's 34 pounds now. Look at this.
She's
pretty.
2 pounds smaller than Lloyd, and Lloyd's full grown. That's funny.
Yeah, she's gonna be a big dog.
Yeah, she's gonna be like an 80 or 90 pound lab.
Oh, she's such a good. She's very, very good. Yeah, she's a sweetheart. Okay, come on.
Face. Mm-hmm. Gotta chew the hands. Anyway.
Yep.
But I know you're dying to tell me where you are, because you've been stuck at what? You couldn't get under 221.
Yeah, man. Okay,
but you must have broken it, because I could tell the excitement in your voice when you messaged me.
You know what? I would love to say that I did, but I have not. I've not broken the 221
you broke
barrier.
Was that what you were gonna say?
No.
Oh, I'd be really pissed.
I wish I could, man. I wish I was gonna really like shock you, but I'm at 221.4.
Oh well, that's fine.
I mean, it's fine. It's fine. I'm okay with that.
How many
But
weeks are we into this? Is this the 4th week?
This, according to my phone, which is when I started the whole thing when we did it, right? This is day 30.
Okay. So you've lost 8 or 9 pounds.
I would just, be
in a month.
Conservative and say 8 pounds. I've lost 8 pounds in 1 month.
Dude, so if you lose another 8, you'll be at like 213. By the way, that's Ellie making that noise, not me. If you're just listening, I'm not over here going. It'd be impressive if I could do that and talk at the same time.
No.
Yeah, dude. When we actually have more than a month till our June 1st date.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's not, what is the date today? The 21st? It's not May yet. So we have a month and 9 days. We have 40 days to lose. You have 40 days to lose like another 8 pounds, which the goal is only 215. So you really only have to lose like 6 more pounds to get to your goal. And anything beyond that is just butter.
Right. But got good news from the doctor yesterday.
Yeah, please share that.
So my cholesterol was sky high, crazy. It was like 490 points, right? And it's high if it's above 150.
Right.
And when we started this was the day that I got it was like shortly after, like a couple days after I got that news, and I was like, oh my gosh. My bad cholesterol was like 77, which is 40 points, close to 40 points above high.
Okay.
So then my testosterone was 200, which was a thing, but it's not like life-threatening like high cholesterol. So yesterday, I walk into the doctor's office. The assistant says, "Oh, you're Ryan here for 10:30." I'm like, "Yeah," and then I hear my doctor from the back of the building say, "Ryan." And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, Ryan McVeigh. And she's coming towards me. And I'm like, yeah. And she goes, I have never, she come out front and everything. She's like, I have never seen anyone in my 26 years of doing this do what you did with your cholesterol. I'm like, because I really thought maybe I'd get up there and it'd be
now it's 1,000.
Now it's 1,000, man. I'm working hard. I'm eating as many donuts as I can,
I'm going to get an ambulance over here right away. I've already called them.
You should sit down, sir.
Yeah. Please don't stand up. No, really. No.
So she's like, I've never seen that in 26 years. I'm like looking at her. I'm like, is it good? Yeah. And she's like, it's great. And I said, it's lower? Because I was the whole time, like a couple days before, I'm like really anxious to get the results because I'm interested to see if anything I'm doing is making any difference at all.
Sure.
Because from what I've heard from other people that have cholesterol issues is that it's very difficult. It's hard to manage. And especially if it's hereditary, right? And that was another concern I had because I'm adopted, so I don't have any idea anything about my biological parents.
So yeah, tell us the number, man. You got me on the edge of my seat.
Okay.
I mean, I know it, but everyone else is on the edge of their seat.
So my triglycerides were 490, right?
And the normal range is 0 to 150.
0 to 150. The lower you go, the better off you are. Yeah. Your triglycerides came back at what, 54?
27.
27? Yeah. Ah! What the dude? Well, I forgot. Jesus, man.
I haven't eaten much crap in the last 4 years, and I run a lot.
Superhuman Iceman.
No, it's not
Golly, yeah, okay, well, man.
We all have issues. Like that happens to be a thing that I'm good at. I also passed 2.5 kidney stones earlier this year.
Yeah. I have these shoes, and I have this shoes over there.
Yeah, I don't need his shoes. I got my own.
I don't need his shoes. I got my shoes.
Anyway.
Okay.
So 27.
So 27?
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay. So that's pretty.
I looked when you texted me yesterday. I was like, what were mine again? And I was thinking it was like 80 something. So I was like,
I was thinking-
we're not that different. And then
was
I was like,
thinking,
oh, 27.
no,
Maybe I won't
we're-
tell them.
No. So mine came back from 490 to 103
Which, dude, that's still so incredible.
in 4 weeks. I was able to reduce my cholesterol by what, 70%?
I can't even do the math. By 393.
Yeah.
No, is that right? 387. But either way, like that you're within the normal range.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Well,
I
within
am
it's not like
well
you're like
with-
147. You're like 103.
Yeah.
You're right there in the
103
middle.
Is fairly typical.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I went from super high risk, heart attack and stroke,
Yeah.
to 103, which is no big deal,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And more importantly, without any medication.
Right. Yes, that's a good thing to say. I like that because
No meds.
I'm not anti-meds, but like when it comes to my health, I want to be able to do as much as I can based on like nutrition and just taking care of myself. I don't want to have to depend on, I don't have to fix something later. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
That's always like when I'll be talking about like how I used to have high blood pressure and now it's like really good, but I'll talk to somebody and they'll be like, yeah, mine's really good too. But then they'll be like, oh, but I'm on medication. And I'm like, well, then that's not the same because that means your blood pressure is actually not good and you have to take medication to make it good.
It's being managed.
Yeah, that's not the same as just like naturally having
Good blood pressure.
Low blood
That's the
low
other.
blood
That's
pressure.
the other thing I'll throw in. So my blood pressure, the last check before was my blood pressure was 135 over 94, 93 or 94.
Yeah.
Which is onset hypertension.
Yeah.
I had it checked yesterday, and it was 102 over 68.
That's incredible, dude. That's awesome.
So, like, now, no medication, right?
Yeah.
I am taking quite a few supplements,
Sure.
but nothing crazy. Fish oil, no big deal.
Yeah.
B12, fine.
Yeah.
Vitamin D, yep, okay. I'm taking this DIM. I forget how the whole name is, but it's just for the pellet stuff.
Yeah.
Make sure it doesn't turn into estrogen, you know. And I
Gotcha.
start talking like this.
You don't want to get man boobs.
No, I don't.
Bitch
tits. I would be in the bathroom all day. No. So I
Yeah,
don't want-
looking like, how did I get these?
so then yeah, so I take that, but then I take this other thing called niacin, and that is what is supposed to help regulate cholesterol as well, but it's also for metabolism.
Sure.
So I take that as well.
So
But all this stuff is over counter.
Right. Yeah. It's not like prescription stuff. So I'm curious, did your doctor, did she say, or did she ask you, like, I guess, did she just attribute all of these things changing to just the testosterone pellets, or did she ask you what else you were doing?
This is what she said. She showed me the paper with the number, and I was just flabbergasted. I couldn't believe it. I thought maybe
And then she
I
was
might
like, oh, I'm sorry, those are somebody else's.
those are somebody else's, and I was like, oh. And then I wet myself a little.
Yeah.
So then, no, she gives me the paper, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm blown away. I can't believe it. And she goes, see, you doing your fasting, your diet change, and
Okay.
having the testosterone boost and everything that's necessary with your exercise is what did that. And she was like,
Nice.
put her hand up.
Yeah.
And we high-fived right in the freaking, it was funny, but it was big. It was kind of she was blown away. Her staff, like 2 of them came out and wanted to, kind of celebrate or
They
be
want to
with
get
me.
pictures with you. Will you
Yeah.
they're like, will you sign this? Then they're like, no, I need you to sign this. It's for
No, I
insurance
need you to-
purposes.
Oh God.
Well, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Dude, there's nothing better than when you go to the doctor and it's a good experience.
Yeah,
'Cause
it flips like that.
For years, I mean, when I was big in high school and college and stuff, and I'd go to the doctor, like, it was the same thing all the time. Like, hey, you should really lose some weight and blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't think I was ever never one of those people that was like 500 pounds and couldn't get around and was just so sedentary all the time. Like, I was always active, but I was just bigger.
Yeah.
And like I said, there was like a 17-year stretch where I just didn't go to the doctor. I didn't even have a doctor. Like, so part of me wishes that I would have had at least a physical a year or so before I started losing all the weight so I could compare numbers. But I don't. But like just that first time that I went after I had lost all the weight in like September of 2018, I even went in not dreading it. Like, it was the first time I gone to the doctor, just feeling like, dude, I've kicked the past year's ass. Like, there's no way that I'm not gonna be like healthy. And
Right.
one of the things he even said, because that very first time they did like an EKG and everything, because not only was it my first physical in a long time, I was also a new patient of his.
Oh.
So he wanted to get like, everything that he could. So he did an EKG, and when he came back in, he was like, yeah, your resting heart rate's like 49. And he's like, this EKG graph looks like it should be in a textbook. Like, he was like, so whatever you've been doing, because I told him my story. He was like, whatever you've been doing, just keep on doing it.
Just keep
doing it. And even when he called me this last time, he was like, he did make note. He was like, yeah, your cholesterol's amazing. He's like, your triglycerides are so low. And he's an old doctor that's been around a long time, so he's probably seen really good and really bad.
Yeah, for sure.
But he was like, yeah. So the only thing he told me was eat less spinach because it's going to give me kidney stones. But yeah. So that's that's awesome, man. I'm so happy for you.
High oxide, right? What was
Monooxalate or whatever. So
Monooxalate.
Foods that are high oxalate foods like spinach and
Very interesting.
Blueberries, all the things I love. I can't eat them anymore.
So
yeah.
Here's a takeaway that I had that I think people should hear and maybe try to digest this little thing. I feel like because of COVID, I wasn't nearly as active, right?
Yep.
So I think I had that happen. I think also my testosterone was falling, but I think because of the inactivity, that does play a role in how your testosterone either stays or it goes.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
So if you exercise, you can kind of get more testosterone back. Plus, my testosterone level went from 200 to 891. So.
Oh, you didn't even tell me that. That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's good. It's higher than what I thought it might be, but it wasn't like up around 1,000, which I figured it probably wouldn't be.
Right.
And I feel like it's quite all right where it is. I think it's fine.
Yeah.
But back to what I was trying to say. I think I got a real good sneak peek of what happens to a able person that retires and dies.
Yeah.
I think because you're active, and then you retire from your job and you sit because you got nothing else to do.
Right.
And you think you're older and you need this time to rest or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Things just freaking slow down. And the point is that I'm trying to make is that my body responded very quickly, like, to the things I did. Now, I was kind of, sort of, not too harshly, but I was kind of all or nothing the whole time. Like, I was going in whole hog on the entire outfit of watching calories, and exercising and that sort of thing. So I was being and I don't think a lot of people like do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, and dude, who knows? Like, even if you'd have just done one of those, I'm sure your numbers would still be better.
Sure, right.
But yeah, I mean,
right.
Changing the way you eat and being more active, that is the best combination.
But I'm glad. Here's what I'm thankful for. I'm thankful that I had the opportunity to experienced that in my 40s. Because if
Right.
I would have
It's a lot harder to
experienced
come
that,
back from when
Dude.
you're older.
well, I told the doctor pretty much the same thing, and I said, I think if I were in my 60s or 70s, I think I would have died already. She goes, yeah.
Yeah. See, oh man. Yeah. Which there's nothing wrong with retiring, but like just because you
No.
don't work anymore doesn't mean you shouldn't be active anymore.
Right. I think people need to really think about that and understand that the body, if you slow down and kind of stop, it's gonna let you do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not gonna fight back.
No.
Yeah. So
I mean,
it's just easier to maintain a lifestyle change.
Yeah, I
and
mean that's what it
accept
has to
that.
be. It can't be. That's why I don't like the word diet when it's used in a way of like, oh, it's like a short term thing. Because well, what do you do? Okay,
Yeah,
you're
I'm gonna get to 200 pounds, and then
and then
got
you go
there,
back to the way you
done.
are. Well, the way you used to be, the way you used to eat or whatever is what got you to however heavy you were that you felt like you had a diet. Like it
That's
can't
right.
can't be this temporary 90-day thing where I'm only going to eat kale. Like that there's no way to live. You can't sustain that for the rest of your life.
No.
And all that's going to happen is you're going to power through 90 days and you're going to be so thin and happy. And then, dude, a month later, all that weight's coming back on because you're not.
And then some.
How are you not going to, if you've only had kale for 3 months, you're not going to be able to walk past a Five Guys and be like, nah, I don't want it. Like, you're going to want it more than ever, you know?
Yeah,
Or a pizza or whatever. Like,
That's right.
so, yeah, it has to be a
Wow.
thing of changing your mindset and understanding that, like, this is how I live my life now. Like, there's this meme that I saved a long time ago just because I liked it. It's kind of cheesy, but it said, like, yeah, I'm going to mess it up. But it was something like, I eat healthy food and exercise because I love my body, not because I hate it. Do you know what I mean? But that's
Yeah.
like, people
Yeah.
always look at like, oh, I got to go exercise, or yeah, I just got to I got to like choke down this salad. It's like, no, you're never going to win if you look at it like that. You have to look at it like, I do this because I like the way I feel and I want to keep feeling good. And
Yeah.
these things help me feel good. Like that day that I ran that half marathon just for funsies, I remember starting out and I was like pretty pumped to do it. But mentally I had this kind of thing running in my head for like the first couple of miles of like, Ice, like you get to do this. Like you have legs that are strong enough to carry you for this long. Like some people aren't that lucky,
Yeah.
you know? And like, just looking at working out or whatever as an opportunity to get better and not as like a punishment for something you ate the day before or whatever, you know, like,
Right.
I don't
Right.
know. That kind of mindset will change how you view those things. And it won't be like, oh yeah, I have to do this because I want to be skinny. It's like, no, well, I do this because I'm on my way to being the size that I want to be, but I'm noticing how much better I feel along the way. And the reason I feel so much better is because of the things I'm doing,
Yeah.
you know? I mean, if there was some way to only eat pizza and burgers and still lose weight and get stronger and leaner, everyone would do it.
Yeah.
I
Right.
would be doing it right now. If I didn't have to eat well, quote unquote well, like of
Right.
course, you know, I'm just gonna have a cheesecake and a pizza and that'll be
Yeah.
breakfast, like,
Donuts.
and I'll polish off the day with donuts, like, and I'm gonna wake up 3 pounds lighter tomorrow. Well, yeah, that'd be amazing, but it doesn't work that way.
Oh
Our bodies aren't designed to respond to those foods that way.
Oh my gosh, dude. So what was it 2 or 3 days ago we did that walk. We were walking and talking.
Yes, which teaser, that's probably going to be a podcast episode at some
Oh, I
point.
can't wait.
So that's all. I'm very excited, and I dare say proud of you because I feel like I played a small part in helping you. So,
Yeah, he did.
but that's awesome, man.
The encouragement and just I had questions and wasn't sure how I felt about like how I was feeling.
And look, you started out a pound heavier than me, and now you're a pound lighter than me. So screw you.
Yeah, but you were putting a walloping on me there for a minute.
For a minute.
But we're still not done.
Well, no, of course not. And what did I tell you? Like, it ebbs and flows.
It does.
So.
And that's, you know what? I've watched like my little thing, my statistic thing, and I noticed that there's patterns.
Of course.
It's really interesting. And like the low energy days, because the whole thing is people talk. Now, here's something really important I want to say. Anyway, if you are in the middle of doing something similar to like what we're doing, or if you're following us and you've decided you want to make a change too,
Lonnie.
Listen. Yep, Lonnie Ramiro.
Is he doing it too?
Ramiro, he wants to. It's, you know what I mean?
I do.
It's the devil on both sides.
That's not good. You got to have an angel on one.
Yeah, well.
If it's a devil on both sides, you're going to be old ice. Yeah, I'll stay up till 3 a.m. eating cereal, playing GTA 5. That's
what do you think of that? I think it's a great idea. What do you think? I think it's the best idea of the world. Yeah. Okay.
I think it's a better idea. I didn't know Ramiro listened. That's awesome.
Yeah, Ramiro.
I need you to come over and pull this hard drive out of my old Mac Mini so Ryan and I can access some old videos.
Oh, yeah.
I'll call you later.
That's going to be an episode,
which
is going to be fantastic.
You before you hear this episode. But
that episode about those videos are going to be absolutely horrible for the listeners.
Yeah, that's definitely. We might even just have to say, like, we might have to release it as video only, because what is the point of?
We'll do an episode that's like 15 minutes. Well, who are we kidding?
It'll be an hour.
It'll be an hour. Yeah. But talking about the videos and how you can check out the video and the episodes. And right. Blah, 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 blah.
What were you saying about Ramiro? Just that. Okay. You were saying if people are also.
If you're also doing this, you're in the middle of. So like that, like with the patterns, if you're using an app, it's helpful because you can go back and look at like the little, you'll have like a fall, and then you'll have like a little bump of weight gain, and then you'll just kind of hang there for a minute, and then it'll kind of go whoop and fall down again.
Yep. And
it just kind of does that stair-stepping kind of thing, or at least it has for me. And I think it has for you because you've described it to me. And
all the time.
Yeah. So,
because I mean, I have already hit 221. I hit it like 3 weeks ago. But then I leveled off at like 223, and now I'm 222. So
right. So saying all that is to say this, because I was talking to you and I was having a low energy day, and you hear people talk about, you get working out and it makes you feel so good, and you have so much more energy, and bigger. Well, you know what? No, yes, but no. Right. So like you're going to have days where you feel like you've taken a licking, like you're not going to be really that motivated to do much of anything, and you're going to be tired.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's what I think, at least from what you were telling me, because I don't think I talked to you about that exactly, because I had a low energy day and I didn't want to say anything to you about it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want it to be deflating for me, and I didn't want it to be discouraging for you, because I didn't know that was okay to feel that way.
Yeah.
And you, one day when it wasn't my low energy day, you were like, "Man, I'm tired," and blah, 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 and you were saying, "But I had a real hard workout yesterday or the couple days before, and." Sometimes my body just has to like recoup from all that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that was that day that like I did a bunch of miles.
Yeah.
And then we did a podcast, and then I went out and did that driveway workout. So that was it. Not the episode that just released today, but the part 4 of the health and fitness, when we dissect that video.
Yeah. You were tired in that video.
Well, and and it was the day, I guess it was the day after.
It was the day after
that we podcast. I don't remember, but yeah, like I don't remember how it worked, but yeah, I had a day where I was just like, dude, I'm toast. Fried. Like I can't.
Yeah.
And that's like super important, because you have to realize, okay, no, this is actually my body saying, I need a break. Like there's no benefit that I'm going to get from going full throttle today. But that
and
can
pushing.
be different than like, oh, you show up in the parking lot at the gym and you're like, I just don't feel like going in. Like that's a mental thing. But if it is legitimately, sincerely, like I hurt, I'm
and
tired.
you're on just a verge of like maybe a headache.
Yeah, like you've got to listen to your body because I didn't at first. I talked about that. Like I would never miss a day, and
Right.
I think that was good then. But I'm also 3 years older than I was then, and I've been hitting it hard. Relatively speaking, that entire time.
Right.
But I've learned the importance of like, a day just to recover, and maybe all I do is walk Lloyd. Maybe I don't even do that, but like I always try and at least get something. And I said this before, just make sure that you don't make that the same day that you also don't adhere to your nutrition plan.
Yeah, eat poorly.
Like those days are really good days for me to really exercise my mental strength around eating. Because if I have a day where I get 13 miles in, it's easy for me to carry in that enthusiasm throughout the rest of the day and be like, well, I'm only going to have what I'm supposed to have for breakfast. I'm only going to have what I'm supposed to, because I'm riding that wave of feeling good and on target for my goal. But on a day where, even though man, I hurt and I can't do this. Like I cannot do any kind of workout today. And that's the right thing to do. It can be discouraging because you feel like you're losing a day. It's like one less day that I have to get to where I want to be. So then if you get discouraged, maybe you get depressed and you think like, well, I can just, I can have a donut or maybe I'll just go out to eat today. And it's like, no, that's a recipe for disaster. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Like don't eat Chipotle twice in one day if you're also not going to work out. Even though that food's not bad for you, it's just a lot of calories. Yeah. So just don't ever combine the two. I told you how Sunday we were flying home from Omaha.
Yep.
And there's a donut place out there called Hertz Donuts, right?
Okay. So I was going to ask you to tell this story.
Yeah. So
because I found it rather funny.
And I've been doing really, really good. Like haven't had really any sweets or anything for a while. I mean, within reason. Like I haven't gone and like just gotten myself a half dozen donuts like just for me or anything. Right. Which that's happened before. And not just when I was fat. I mean, that happens to Healthy Ice too. But it hasn't happened in a while. But so we're on the way to the airport. David wants to stop at Hertz Donuts. We got to stop one more time. And I didn't have, I think they had stopped the day before, and I was like, no, I don't want any. I'm good. Because the day before at the hotel before the show, I had run 7 miles and I incline walk 3, and I had only had like salads with protein on them for both meals, and I was feeling like super good, right?
Yep.
And I was like, no, I don't want to. But David really. So then ended up getting a half dozen, and
there are how many in the car?
3 of us. And so David takes one and Reed takes one. And I was like, okay, well, I'll have one. Like, the day before I had like run all those miles and I'd eaten really well. And we played a show. Like I had burned a lot of calories in that day.
One was not going
I was like,
to hurt
okay,
you.
one donut, it's fine. And there was like a particular one that I was like, that looks pretty good. I'll try that. Well, then we get to the airport and there's 2 donuts left there's 3 donuts left. And I offer one to Peter. That's a guitar player. He takes one. Then I offer one to Zach, and he doesn't want one because they're in the other car. Right? We had like 2 rental cars.
Yeah.
He doesn't want one. So we're like getting our stuff out, all our luggage and instruments and stuff, and unloading onto the curb. And I'm just stuck there holding this box with 2 donuts. And I'm like, Reed, here, take this, because he's going to return the rental car. I was like, you can eat this on the way. He's like, no, I'm good. And I was like, David, like, D, take one. He's like, no. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I'm like, all you MFers know what a trigger this is for me, and I'm stuck here holding
2 donuts in a box.
And I'm not gonna lie, it's not like crappy Dunkin' or Krispy Kreme. Like Hertz Donuts is pretty good, and they've got some like they're quality donuts. They're the kind of donuts that I would gladly waste calories on. And I'm like, well, I'm not just gonna throw away 2 perfectly good donuts in the trash.
Of course not.
So I pound these 2 donuts right there on the curb, and I'm just thinking like, great. Here's a day where it was like an early, lobby call. I didn't work out in the morning. I'm going to sit my ass on an airplane for 2 hours and go home. And I'm already like 1,200 calories deep for the day on donuts. It's not like I had a bunch of protein. I had donuts. It's just a bunch of fat and carbs.
Oh my God.
So, and I told you, I was trying not to beat myself up too much. And then I weighed myself Monday. And I think I told you, I was like, well, I'm exactly where I was when I left on Friday. So that day didn't really end up being that detrimental. But it went against my cardinal rule of don't not work out and eat like shit in the same day.
And pound 2 extra donuts.
But I'm like, we got
at the airport.
3. Yeah. I mean, I had 3 total. I literally ate half the box. I won't lie, though. They were good. But, man, it's so annoying. God. So annoying. But, yeah. So, I mean, whatever.
Man, this has been a great recap of our current progress of things.
So the next podcast, when we do the next time, is going to be
our favorite gear, tools, and gadgets.
All right.
That was some fancy music right there. Probably not.
I'll just leave that
in. So,
A for effort, except it's not how you spell it, and we didn't put any effort in. Oh, I lost my headphones.
Oh,
I didn't lose them. They're still in my ears. There we go.
There they are. I see them.
Yeah.
Hey, so I'm going to turn to you and ask you something. Did you know this?
Wait, I'm looking this way.
Yeah. Hey, buddy. I'm waving at you. Just so you know. Hey, man. So, did you know?
I didn't.
That rain sometimes takes 10 minutes to reach the rainforest floor?
Good share. Am I looking the right way?
You are.
Yeah, because it'll be flipped like this. Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, you are.
All right.
All right. Hey, doing another one. This one's an interesting one. I'm turning to you and I'm looking at you.
Yeah.
Hi. So, hey, buddy. Hey, what's up?
I've been talking to you this whole time. I didn't know you were right over there.
I've been here the whole time.
Man, I got a lot of guitars in this room. You got a lot of drums in your room.
I have a lot of drums. I got to try those later. High five.
All right.
All right. Did you know?
I didn't.
There is enough DNA in the average person's body to stretch from the sun to Pluto and back 17 times.
Wow. Good share.
Hey, thanks for listening or watching the Good Share podcast. Hey, Ice, tell them what they can do.
Well, if you're enjoying the show, please take a minute and like, subscribe, comment, rate, and review. And don't forget to ring that bell so you never miss an episode.
That's right. And if you want to know more, go to the Good Share Podcast.com.
Say hi, Tim.
Hi, Tim.